South, let's check in. Today we're gonna do something a little different as the Nipsey Trial update comes in, and at the courtroom 210 West Temple 401 Suite courtroom, they have wrapped up the DA's part of the case. Not sure when the defense is going to actually wrap up their part. Probably maybe tomorrow. So we're about I would say 24 hours away from the countdown to the verdict. And when I say that, we don't know how long actually the jurors gonna take to review evidence. Is for the DA today, who is obviously side of what they feel they made the case with, and I hope to be true. But in this case, I don't want to get jurors because people are leaving the courthouse, and a lot happened today as we found out about Eric Holder's wounds, that he was attacked. So that is official in a write-up, and how severe those wounds are obviously is in a detailed description in the press release I'm about to post. So as the jurors are led out from the courthouse, and people are obviously, done with court, we're saying to the streets of South LA, we are on a countdown to the final wrap up on the defense side next, and then pretty soon they'll just, put into the hands of the jury. 9 women and I believe some men, but majority women in this case are going to actually have to rule on this controversial case, and it has been one thus far. So I do want to say, may Nipsey Hussle go in there for God and get justice as they get ready to wrap up the defense side. The DA has wrapped up their side today, and they talked about Eric Holder's wounds in court. So that is on the press release, so you'll be able to see the actual, write-up on what his wounds were inside of the detention center at the LA County Jail. So, in a very controversial case, been 3 years. This man has not been touched, and people probably are concerned if Nipsey can actually get a trial justice. I know street justices or trial justices waiting to reveal, given the fact the extent of his injuries were very serious. He could have obviously been killed in that attack. And again, some people feel like he had it coming or he got it coming, and I get all that. But when you're in a trial where there's money, taxpaying money, and you're admitting that you did it, it's almost like you don't have to snitch. There is no snitching. I don't know why everybody on this snitching thing, but he admitted to shooting Nipsey Hussle due to some sort of crime like a passion, which was really, really correct. One of the first time I've ever heard it so correct that a person takes no deals, but they go right into a trial and face multiple years either way. And then, obviously the attacks that are going on. Holder showed up today getting to the bench or in a seat, but from what I was hearing, the extent of the injury were very severe and very serious. So nothing minor about the damages on him. And we don't know if that might help him in this case, as they, obviously the jurors seen him come into the courtroom, assaulted by inmates, and that is a normal thing in these cases. It happens in the county jail a whole lot. You've been to the blue wall, you know what I'm talking about. Move them bunks. You understand me? So there's a lot of blue wall going on in these, in the LA County jail. It has its own way of running itself. So people, wonder why, this 3 years he wasn't actually harmed. And it's obviously from the time they're moving you in and out of these jails is when the assault took place after 3 years. And I'm pretty sure people been trying to get him before that. I think it was another incident. That wasn't the only incident. So we are saying to the family of Nipsey Hussle, and obviously, his children, may they get justice as they wrap up the defense side. I'm sorry, the DA side today. And that's it. Pretty much, y'all tune in for any updates. I'll be here. We actually got protests going on all this week for the women's rights. So it's all tied into the biblical prophecies of the times that we're in now as we get ready to journey into the unknown, the apocalypse now, as they get ready for a computer insurgency, a robotic insurgency on, these new robots that they're about out, obviously, And so now I don't know what kind of charges you'll get if you damage one of these robots, if they're on patrols or whoever's going to be using them, police or just for a science fair, I'm not sure. But we are heading into some serious times with the rights of women being taken away so easily and the rights of churches to obviously be recognized by the state, which was never supposed to happen. That was a marriage that was undone a long time ago. So anybody with 501c3s, get ready. They're going to tell you the money ain't there. So they are downsizing these grant programs in schools and obviously pushing a chemical warfare in your veins. And we know what that is, whatever that is. So if whether or not it's real or not, there has been people who passed away from it. But what actually did it? And the data has to obviously read there are side effects in every type of, vaccinations or just whatever have you. So we are saying to the family of Nipsey Hussle, again, it goes back to getting justice in the courtroom and then holding trials in the streets. Because I said it from the beginning, this will be one of the trials that will be not only held in the courts, but it would also be held in the streets. And as you're seeing it unfold right before your very eyes, a wounded Eric Holder shows up, obviously getting ready to rest, their side probably sometime this week. I know the DA rested their case today, and he's feeling a little sore going back, thinking about his long journey through the penitentiary, and it goes along with murder. You kill somebody, then you're gonna do the time. You're gonna pay the price. That's what it is. And you're admitting it openly in court, and then you won a lesser charge or obviously get off fully from these charges. It'll be impossible. I just don't see that happening. But hey, who am I? But he didn't have to. Nobody had to snitch. Told on himself. So it's your boy Mason 333 as we update the trial and wrap up of Nipsey Hussle, the great, gone and never forgotten, for the king. Obviously, defense will probably rest sometime in the next few days, and we'll be ready for a verdict as we count down the verdict to the trial and what it's going to obviously mean if it comes out anything but what it's supposed to be. So they're already protesting, so it might cause some other protests to happen if it doesn't come out in a sense, the way it should. I would say try to protest first and get in with the women's rights, and at least you'll have some sort of understanding on how the police are responding to protesters. Right now, I wouldn't incite a riot, but then if it does happen, then we can truly understand that it's something else involved in this actual case. And then with that being said, those questions are going to be obviously answered as the insurrection trial continues with President Trump, it used to be President Trump, obviously, and he could be facing time, a long prison sentence as well. So if it comes out any other way, we kind of know what it is already. And again, I don't do conspiracies. I'm going to be updating tonight with footage showing you that LAPD made a statement as far as who building or who owns the building over there on Crenshaw and Slauson. So yeah, me and Tyra, who was running for District 9, actually went in there and got an interview with one of the top captains, or I guess lieutenants of the gang unit, and he let it be known that they pulled the title on the building themselves and that people were doing rap videos and had no permits. At the time, they had made about 20 how you doing, to 30 arrests in that actual video shoot. So we are concerned if justice is even going to be, a part of this trial, and what type of justice are we really looking for in these times that we're in, and obviously abroad, as we get ready for the countdown to tonight's protest and the wrap up of today's defense, our DA, and then next to wrap up other defense probably the next few days. So the DA wrapped up their side of their arguments. Closing arguments tomorrow. For the DA, unknown if the defense wrapped up theirs yet. So I don't have the official word on that. So I will give you the press release on what I'm saying now. And then the injuries to Eric Holder were also listed in this press release, so we don't have to speculate exactly where Eric was, hit with whatever object, or he received, I think, 2 or 3 staples in an area around his head, and obviously a blackened eye and some other injuries. So unknown if he had any skull fractures or anything like that, but he was beaten pretty bad. All right, your boy Mason 933. You watching A Million Hits? Please, $ million hits. Red letter A. That's $ AMILLIONHITS. Look for the red letter A. Send your boy some gas. Man, I'm out here, y'all. Look. And I'll be out here all night for these protests as they get ready for the next hour's protest. They had a die-in off of 700 7th Street, 700 West 7th Street, somewhere where the Starbucks was, but I missed it because they put out that press release late. But we've been on this Nipsey update as it happened off the press all day long, because no one knew if Eric was going to show up to court, and obviously he did. So yeah, and then the DA ended up wrapping up their side of their case. So tomorrow, closing arguments from the DA, the district attorney, will close up their side. They wrap it up today. Tomorrow will close it up. So instant day in court tomorrow, as we can see it on Crime TV. That's what they call it. Law TV. I'm not sure, one of them, but you can go on YouTube and actually Google it, and they'll show the closing arguments in court tomorrow. I'm pretty sure everybody will be getting like a face full of YouTube on the closing arguments, because I know the DA is really going hard with their evidence and trying to put this, obviously this thing away. And that's it. It's your boy Mason 933. As the jurors and the cops and the witnesses go home, I want to say go in there forgotten for the great Nipsey Hussle, the GOAT, God rising, grand rising. Peace.